Hello, this is Daoki the Viking, and today I'm playing the Clemson. It's the United States Tier 4 destroyer, and by Odin, this clip took me some time. It would be great if next time future Daoki could tell present Daoki how much work this actually is going to be. Anyway, back to the game. The Clemson features a good amount of almost 11k hit points, and we get an extra of 1.4k from our captain. It has a total of 4 turrets with 2 barrels each, that is, once you get the upgraded main guns. This should be the first module you upgrade, as it effectively doubles the firepower. The importance of this is not displayed to new players, as important it raises the artillery rating just by 1%. The damage per minute is the second highest among the competition, and combined with the highest alpha strike potential, you quickly generate the sense of being an overwhelming bully. The downside of this destroyer is that it has the worst concealment of 6.1 kilometers among the same tiers, and we get to see where we have to start with our bully play. So we get into a nice position. We need to be kind of careful. The enemy destroyers have way better concealment, but luckily the Isokaze gives away its position early by firing its main guns, and thus we immediately start to set up our own bully play. So we confirm with the torpedo lead indicator the movement of the enemy team. We see that the majority of the enemy team is heading our way, and we get detected. Once detected, we open up with the main guns. We see 6 shells hurling at the enemy, and we see that we quickly take away huge chunks of the enemy's hit points. So he is going to panic, like right now. The Authority, aka the New York, does its best to protect the Isokaze from its demise. The incoming shells do not overpan, and they stick with the ship. We lose some HP. We drop some Torps on the left. Maybe we can catch the Kuma. I predict enemy Torps and use the speed boost to get behind the island, and there they are. And the Isokaze gets off one volley before it's sent back to port by a teammate. I slow down and finally smoke up, and we avoid getting hit by more enemy shells as they plunge into the water right before us. I briefly check my position and start opening up on the enemy Phoenix. Again, we take away a sizable portion of the enemy's hit points with each volley, and frankly, if we catch the Kuma with one of our Torps, which was great, and if you're confronted with such an enemy like the Clemson, most players tend to display some level of panic, as we've just seen with the Isokaze and we're seeing right now with the Phoenix. They try to disengage with little potential of returning damage. Rarely someone charges at you. They try to get the Torps off before you can finish them with your guns, and the Phoenix gets deleted by the Iron Duke. And now we have to figure out what is our next move. So we see there are some battleships on the right, some battleships on the left. We try starting a fire on the Arp Congo. It is one of the event ships that was introduced a long while ago. I do not use AP here because frankly the AP performance is not overwhelming, and especially as a new player you're better off by just trying to start fires. You can however deal massive blows to the bow and stern section if the opportunity presents itself. The Torps, as you've seen, we already catch the Kuma. The Torps are the underestimated club the Clemson is carrying around. Yes, they have a short range of only 5.5 kilometers, but they do hit like a truck with the highest Torp damage on that tier. So we try to Torp the New York here. We have a total of 12 Torps with her. That results in the highest theoretical Torp damage per minute on that tier. That is, if you get to use both sides of the ship like we do here. The island is providing perfect cover for us. Smoke is running out. We do catch the New York with 2 torpedoes. We cause another flooding, and we try to disengage as the smoke dissipates. At this point we want to get behind the island again to get out of line of sight. So the Clemson, once the bully play is over, So we bullied essentially everyone out of the cap. They, at this point, no one is pushing into us. In case they would be pushing into us, we sent more Torps their way. So at this point, most of the battleships here, they try to go wide around the island, but we are here waiting for them, because once the bully play is over, the Clemson turns into an apex ambush predator. So what we're trying to do here is we're going to try to surprise the enemy. We're trying to confirm here if our Torps are going to hit something. Unfortunately not. We get detected here by the enemy aircraft, which is unfortunate. As you can see, the aircraft damage is kind of non-existent. Yes, we did get one aircraft that we shot down, but with a total of 1k anti-air damage as of right now, this is really not worth. So the enemy König is totally unaware that we're here. He probably has seen Torps before and is figuring out that, yeah, there can't be more. So what we're doing is we send more Torps his way and we start advancing slowly. I do not want to shoot here because I don't want to interrupt his gameplay. He's sailing casually forward and I don't want to bring him towards the idea that he could charge into the smoke and angle towards my Torps. So we go the other way around of the island. We do catch him with 2 Torps. We cause another flooding. This is now our 3rd flooding already. Trying to deal with the planes a little bit, and we get around the island. So our first priority now is finishing off the König. So once we get around the island, I'm going to open up with my main guns again, trying to set a fire. We see that he is still flooding. You see the white smoke and the red lights on the ship. That is a clear indicator that he cannot repair the flooding. We cause a fire and we get the kill. This is only our 2nd kill because we missed out on the Izukaze and we open up in open water on the New York. So we want to set him on fire. We have very little potential of actually penning his upper deck armor because our guns are just so small. So the idea here is to try to set him on fire. And luckily, without a pen, but we still cause a fire. We get a nice hit on the superstructure and the friendly gets the kill. That means that we're missing out on the 2nd one. This is going to haunt us later. At this point, we're just hunting down the enemy team. We see the enemy aircraft carrier in front of us, which means that we are now pushing him with full speed. Speed boost is about to run out. We need to cover the distance quickly because there are enemy aircrafts coming our way. And as I've already mentioned, the anti-air capabilities of this ship, they're kinda non-existent. At this point we're at around 1.6k of aircraft damage. This is basically nothing. The enemy aircraft carrier is basically totally going to ignore our anti-aircraft fire. We do score some hits with the main guns. We did cause a fire. We get the cap, and once we're in torpedo range, I immediately drop some Torps because the Torps are of course faster than I am, so they can connect with him at an earlier point. Hopefully we get the kill. There are some aircrafts coming our way. We try to dodge a bit by indicating a maneuver left and then moving to the right. We got hit by 1 bomb there, and this is going to be the end of the carrier. His planes will not be around quickly enough and the Torps will land. We smoke up because we don't want to risk the ship, because even if the carrier is sunk, he still has control over his planes, and surely enough they were coming for us. They were coming. They're right behind us, and we slowly advance. Our anti-aircraft guns are firing at maximum with very little effect again. And now we have to deal with the Breton. The enemy has only 63 points left, so once we get to sink the Breton, we do not need to hunt the other enemy ship, and we start opening up our main guns. At this point, the Breton has very little options, so he's probably trying to disengage from my own battleships over on the left. We drop some Torps straight towards him, and to the left. The ones for the left are just in case he wants to disengage. I actually predict that he's going to fling his ship around because all his guns are pointing towards one side, and I guess that he wants to bring all of them to bear. And as he does so, our Torps will hit perfect prediction, and thankfully the game is already over after 10 minutes. We missed out on the Kraken as we did not get the final damage on the Izukaze and the New York, so this could have been a 6-kill game easily. We managed to score 10 fires, 5 floodings. We got the Confederate achievement. We're also very close to the high caliber achievement. We do top the scoreboard, and now on to the build that I used. For the basic 10-point build, I go with Priority Target, Last Stand, Survivability Expert, and Concealment Expert. This gives you vital extra information, more resilience, more HP, and you get the detection range down to 6.1 kilometers, which is still a lot compared to same tier destroyers. From here, I go with Basic Firing Training, Demolition Expert, Adrenaline Rush, and Preventative Maintenance. The Clemson brings all the traits of a mean bully to the table. I was playing this with a midpoint captain as the ship is already pretty strong and does not require a 10-point captain to function properly. However, 10 points for the core build help a lot in becoming a true bully. For the equipment, there are not a lot of options here. I go with Main Armament Mods 1 and Engine Room Protection. For the signals, I boost the fire chance if you can spare the flags, as it has one of the lowest of all tier 4 destroyers. However, then again, you're shelling out 3 times as many projectiles as others in those gunfights. And that's it for my Clemson play. Thanks for watching. If you liked the video, please subscribe and hit the bell icon. I will provide regular guides and how-to videos for World of Warships. If you want to become a shipmate, then you can use the link for the EU server on the screen. I stream on twitch.tv/daoki. Watch out, it's written with a 0 instead of an O, and see you next time.